Hello and welcome to Just Hoops. In today's video, we have a skill breakdown for you featuring Jalen Brunson of the Dallas Mavericks. Brunson is one of the most highly skilled, high IQ basketball players in the NBA, and he does a ton of things at an incredibly high level for the Dallas Mavericks and has been a major part of their early season successes as they begin to click under new coach Jason Kidd. But in this video, we really want to dive into his skill set and what makes him so successful in pick and roll situations. First, let's talk about how he sets up the pick and roll and utilizes timing at an incredibly high level. So Jalen Brunson overall does a great job at creating space, playing at his own pace, and really setting up the defense for contact. In this first clip, he gets downhill, gets deep, and creates a ton of space between him and the on-ball defender, forcing a tough switch for the big man or forward to get downhill. His ability to set up ball screens with jabs, with dribbles, really is heavily utilized by Jalen, and he does a great job at this overall, allowing him to get downhill, create an advantage right off the bat before even coming off of the screen. This setup, regardless of how he does it, whether it's a jab or dribble, or if he gets really deep like in this clip against Phoenix to come off the screen, this setup creates an advantage immediately, allowing him or his teammates to get open opportunities against numbers. Another thing that this setup does is that it allows the screen to be set and also sets him up for future games and future possessions to reject the screen to get downhill. His setup and allowing time to develop these plays creates advantages and allows the offense to maintain these advantages consistently. Now, let's take a look at Brunson on the attack and how he uses physicality to be successful downhill. So after setting up ball screens like we just talked about, Jalen does a really good job at using his body to create and keep these advantages off of the screen. In this next clip against the Suns, look at how he drives his shoulder, uses his offhand, and really gets downhill against Campaign and finishes the tough two. In this next clip against the Heat, he does a very similar thing with his offhand and shoulder, really driving into Kyle Lowry, getting downhill, and finishing through contact. Being physical, creating contact, is essential in being successful in ball screen situations, regardless of the coverage and regardless of the situation. This physicality and patience is huge in his success on a nightly basis. So in this clip against the Suns, look at how he gets downhill first against DeAndre Ayton. Tries to get into him with his body a little bit, but Ayton did a good job. On the rescreen though, look at this. He takes his time, sets up Ayton, and really gets low using his offhand and shoulder to get by. In this clip against Luke Kennard, he sets up Luke Kennard, and on this finish, that contact is high-level NBA stuff. In snake situations, he does a good job at finding and keeping the defender behind him to have numbers in front. These situations, there are a plethora of them, and Jalen Brunson is exceptional in each and every one of them. In all these situations and all these different types of defenses, creating contact, getting downhill, finding angles is essential in being a high-level, successful player in the pick and roll. Lastly, let's talk about how Jalen changes direction and changes pace to manipulate the defense. So throughout this video so far, in the majority of the clips, you can see this change of pace, change of direction that makes him highly successful. Coming off of the screen, he's very physical, but another thing that he does at a high level is he has great ball skills and great change of pace. He's able to go slow to fast, fast to slow, go from 0 to 100 like no one's business. But let's really dive into this next clip against the Clippers and see what makes him so successful with changing pace. So off of this first screen, he goes like 80 to 0, resets, gets a rescreen from the step up. Coming off, he goes 100, slows down to 0, recognizes the switch. Then he goes 100 again, stops on a dime, finds the open cutter. This change of pace and his ability to change direction, manipulate the ball, allows him to attract defenders, really open up space for his teammates. Along with that, it allows him to get by his initial defender, get to the rim, and finish plays. He also can find open space on the floor, whether that's a 15-footer or getting deep paint touches, finding teammates. This change of pace is hard to guard for any defender, and how he does it at such a high level, and he's also physical with it, makes him even more successful. Some things to wrap up this video about Jalen Brunson in the pick and roll that I just want to bring up again are how he's highly physical. He's not afraid to get into the defender, make contact, try to create angles with his body. Another thing is how he changes pace and direction. His ball skills and also just his IQ and understanding of how to manipulate the help and bring defenders to him while also knowing when he has the advantage to get by guys with his quickness is essential in being good when he changes pace and changes direction. Another thing that I wanted to bring up in this video that I think I'm going to make a video about in the future is his ability to play off 2 feet and be highly patient when he gets deep in the paint or gets just downhill. When he's deep in the paint, he'll land on 2, read the defense, and make decisions when he's amongst the trees. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something about Jalen Brunson's game and what makes him so successful as a pick and roll ball handler. For more content, please like, subscribe, and share, and see you guys in the next one.